Where's your nose? Okay. Where's your mouth? All right. Say I showed daddy everything.
These tender moments between father and son aren't where you might think. The court-appointed supervisor is just out of frame. The cost of this quality time is $80.
I would set up an appointment with a lady, and they have this little small little house that we would go to. She would be there with us, and she would follow me and my son everywhere we go. Even if we go to the bathroom, she would follow us.
Jason Delancey isn't a criminal. He's never been deemed a danger to his son. He has fought a 13-year-long battle in court, unarmed.
I would be there at least 3 or 4 times a year. I never had the money to represent myself, and even if I did have the money, it would be my last.
Jason is part of the 75% of Coloradans who represent themselves in family court each year.
And then when we go to court and we see these big lawyers and stuff, and it's just us sitting there fumbling through our little papers by ourselves with nobody on the left, nobody on the right to talk to, it's crazy, you know? It's very scary. My son, who was a junior, my only child, you know, I couldn't hold him when I wanted to. I couldn't call him, you know, I couldn't go pick him up and take him to go get ice cream or nothing when I wanted to. The hardest thing I think I ever had to go through was paying somebody to spend time with him.
How do you think that would have been different had you had representation?
I think if I would have had representation, they would have been able to speak to the judge a whole lot better than the way I did. But when you go there without representation, they'll throw the book at you. They will.
This is the justice gap. The challenge to secure affordable representation in Colorado leaves mothers, fathers, former husbands, and wives fending for themselves in court.
Folks may be agreeing to things they don't really understand, or giving up rights they don't understand.
The Colorado Supreme Court agrees.
You can get the best out of court-ordered mediation if you have someone there to guide you through it and say, hey, this is actually a really good deal. Or, you know, you may want to counter with something else.
Family law attorneys Amy Gosha and Maha Kamal lead a Colorado Supreme Court appointed committee figuring out how to license paralegals and paraprofessionals in our state, a more affordable option to counter the $300 to $500 an hour lawyers charge in the state. Paraprofessionals would be required to complete annual ongoing education and must have a certificate from an accredited program or a master's degree.
We have a real concern for the unauthorized practice of law.
When the Supreme Court asked for public feedback on the plan, more than a third of responses expressed strong opposition, including a letter from Shapiro Family Law Firm.
So there's a real concern when you get into court that the LLP can advocate for the factual issues, but then what happens to that client when the legal issues arise? They're lost at sea. At the end of the day, lawyers go to law school for a reason.
9 News legal expert Whitney Traylor supports the program, but says it will be difficult to regulate.
I think the whole is that there's nobody really overseeing each and every case, and that paralegal has the discretion to decide how much he or she's going to do, and if they overstep it, it could be a problem.
That's unfair that anybody would have to go through this process alone.
The president of the Rocky Mountain Paralegal Association, paralegal Stephanie Trujillo, says paralegals are ready to step up and provide their services to ease the representation crisis.
What have we done to fix this problem? Right? We haven't done anything really to fix this problem. And the reality is that we don't have enough attorneys providing pro bono or affordable services.
In 2020, 30,000 new family law cases were filed without an attorney. Advocates say some help is better than no help at all. And those who have navigated the courtroom alone say it's a no-brainer.
I think it'll be awesome because it'll even the playing field out a little bit.
I mean, did you have any idea what you were doing at any point?
Not at one point. Never.
For the 30 times Jason has been to court unrepresented, he says he'd go 30 more to get to spend just a little more time with his son.
All right. Your daddy fine? Your daddy kiss. Because he's seen the pain, he's seen all the craziness, but he knows that I'm always going to be there. He knows I never gave up, so. Your daddy hug? Your daddy hug? All right. Thank you.